So, Bactria was this area near on the other side of the desert when Alexander the Great passed and started conquering a bunch of territories. It's a little bit above India. And basically a whole bunch of Greeks were being migrated to the east of the Persian Empire. I don't know if it was called Persian back then, but basically to the east of the Persian Empire. So Alexander the Great crosses through the desert, meets a bunch of Greeks, goes on to India, turns around, and the main problem that occurred there was he was over-reliant on this, basically a new invention, basically supply lines. Like that's how Alexander's dad and Alexander conquered so much territory, like the Mediterranean, and it just got supply lines. And also it left the kids and the wives back at home. For some reason, some idiots brought their wives and kids to battles? I don't know what that's about, but yeah, basically, like, it was like a legitimate military, like a professional military. So he was over-reliant on supply lines, and he expected some ships to move some food from the east to the middle of the desert so that it can supply the supply line. But the food never arrived, so too many men, starvation. Yeah, that was the whole big problem of it. So, did Alexander see Bactria as a sort of like a promise land or something? Like, had he returned back home, would he have turned Bactria into like the capital of his empire and expanded specifically around that territory? Because he was focused on conquering the territories due east, and Bactria, being like mostly Greek, would be a perfect place to set up a big city in his name. So, like an alternate history version of Earth could have Alexander having an Alexandrian Greek empire with Bactria at the center of it. So Europe would already have a foothold next to India, in which case the sea routes that connect what later became the Roman Empire to the Monsoon Marketplace, like, you need to know about the seasonal winds so you can properly transport things around. So if Alexander shifted his focus towards the middle, would that have led to a prosperous Greek empire in the future? I don't know, like, it's something to think about. Like, the most stable cultures, historically empires, are most stable when they are mostly environmentally homogenized. In this, like, in a homogeneous environment means people live the same way. So, like, you don't have to relearn how to manage a different territory. So, the Greeks in such a case would be controlling the desert, and then a pocket of Greeks would be controlling forested lands. So the center of the empire would be the east, and it would be a trade-focused empire. So if he sets it up like this, right, and it grows instead of Rome, because Rome basically grew as the Greek Empire gradually grew and collapsed, Rome took that over. Like, he would control Egypt, the East, and the Greek territories, the Eastern Roman Empire. But if instead of Rome, it was all Greek, would that have resulted in an invasion of India? Or could it have resulted in a focus on creating an international assault on the Mongols by building fortress after fortress after fortress to counter the Mongols? Something to think about when designing an alternate history. I think that'd be interesting. Yeah.